Today I'm going to tell you about how premature babies were saved by music. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to take advantage of a free resource I made for you. It's called the Sound Health Newsletter. In it, I share the latest research in music and health. Plus, you'll learn music and wellness exercises that you can use every day to feel your best. You'll also get discounts and first access to all of my products and events. Remember, it's completely free. Just come visit me at donovanhealth.com to get started today. That's donovanhealth.com. Hey there, this is Jim Donovan. Welcome to the show. I am glad you're here. Today I'm going to tell you about how premature babies were saved by music. That's right, music. According to the latest research, music can help in the brain development of premature newborns, especially during the hospitalization period. I wish I'd known about this 20 years ago when my daughter Tupelo, or Tup for short, was born 6 weeks prematurely. I would have found a way to get music to her tiny bassinet in the neonatal unit. After we got her home, we instinctively played music for Tup, all through the house and in her nursery. And luckily, she's grown to be a strong, intelligent young woman who now writes and performs her own music. I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. However, Tup has struggled with anxiety and sleep issues all of her life. I can't help but wonder if music being played in that stressful hospital environment might have helped her better develop during that crucial period of brain growth. And I wonder about these factors even more so after having read the latest research out of Switzerland. This past year, researchers from the University of Geneva in Switzerland examined a novel and remarkably effective idea that music written specifically for premature babies might affect their brain development. Anyone who's been in a hospital knows what a noisy and stressful environment it can be. But imagine how much more intense all of those noises must be for a tiny baby. Plus, many premature infants go on to develop learning difficulties and emotional or attentional disorders. Petra Hupy, one of the lead researchers, explains, at birth, these babies' brains are still immature. Brain development must therefore continue in the intensive care unit in an incubator under very different conditions than if they were still in their mother's womb. Brain immaturity, combined with a disturbing sensory environment, explains why neural networks do not develop normally. Therefore, the infants should be nurtured with a pleasant, comforting atmosphere. The team joined forces with Swiss composer Andreas Wallenweider to compose soothing music specifically to comfort newborns all throughout the day. According to researcher Laura Lordier, the goal of the study was to structure the day with pleasant stimuli at appropriate times, a music to accompany their awakening, a music to accompany their falling asleep, and a music to interact during the awakening phases. In the beginning phases of the study, Wallenweider played various kinds of instruments for the babies to see which ones they responded to the most. Children calmed down almost instantly when Wallenweider played the pungi, more commonly known as the Indian snake charmer's flute. The infants were also drawn to the sound of the harp and small bells. And with this key information, Wallenweider produced 3 8-minute pieces featuring these instruments. The research team then set up a double-blind study with a group of premature babies who listened to the calming music throughout the day, a group of premature babies who were not exposed to the music, and a group of full-term newborns. As I mentioned earlier, the researchers wanted to observe how music listening affects the brain development of premature infants, as well as how music might help their brains to develop similarly to that of full-term babies. To do this, the scientists scanned the babies' brains using a functional MRI on all 3 groups. What they saw was that the babies who did not listen to the music had weaker functional connectivity between areas of their brain when compared to the full-term babies. But for the babies who did listen to music, they found that the areas of the brain responsible for processing music were significantly improved, similar to those of full-term infants. According to Dr. Lodier, the most affected brain area in the infants was the salience network, This part of the brain is responsible for helping us select which stimuli deserve our attention and helps prepare the brain to respond and take action. According to Dr. Lordier, this network is essential both for learning and performing cognitive tasks, as well as in social relationships or emotional management, she says. Imagine how many children's lives would be affected by this simple and relatively cost-free idea. The next step in the study, happening very soon, is to reassess how the children are now at age 6, and I can't wait to see how they're doing. I will certainly keep you updated. Finally, science is catching up to what many of us have suspected for a long time. The power of music to heal has enormous potential, and now, as the latest research suggests, its healing benefits don't discriminate, especially when it comes to age. Hey, thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to visit us on our social channels, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Just search on Jim Donovan Sound Health and you'll find us. Now, before you go, I'd like to let you know about a free resource I made for you. It's called the Sound Health Newsletter. In it, I share the latest research in music and health in an easy-to-understand form. I also share beginner-friendly music and wellness exercises that you can use every day to feel your best. When you sign up, you also get discounts and first access to all of my sound health products and events. Remember, it's completely free. If you'd like it, just visit donovanhealth.com and enter your name and email address, and I'll start sending you new issues right away. While you're on the website, you can also read full transcripts of this show and check out a ton of other valuable resources. If you have any feedback, send me an email to feedback@donovanhealth.com. All the information presented on this show is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Lastly, come and visit me on our Sound Health Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channels. I'd love to see you there. The Sound Health Podcast is produced by OmniVista Health Learning and Donovan Health Solutions. For Sound Health, this is Jim Donovan. See you next time. Take care.